Okay, next question. Ready? Do we have women pastors?
Yes.
Who are they?
Is Mrs. Leisel one?
No, but she operates as one for sure.
Mrs. Bontrager?
Chrissy Bontrager, Mrs. Bontrager?
Yeah.
No, she's not a pastor. She operates like one too. A lot of people have pastoral gifts.
Oh! What about the kids community? Miss Amber?
Miss Amber? She'd be equally qualified, but no, she's not a pastor either.
Is there a...
So let me re-ask the question. Do we have any women pastors?
How many pastors do we have?
We have 4.
Oh, no.
Hey, I thought I was asking the questions.
No, we don't have any pastors. You?
Me?
Mr. Webb.
Yep.
Mr. Coffee.
Yep.
Mr. Rice.
Nope, he's an elder.
Mr. Ratcher.
Nope. Nope, he's a director. Short guy, older.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Tricler. Hell yeah.
Yes, those are the 4. So let me ask the question again. Do we have any women pastors?
I hope not.
Why not?
Because there's 4 guy pastors.
Well, that's why you know the answer. No, but why don't we have any women pastors?
I don't know. Because just because we don't have it, no one stepped up to the job.
No one stepped up to the job. That's one possible answer. Is it okay to have women pastors?
Yeah. Heritage had some, right?
We did have some at Heritage.
Wouldn't Mama?
She was not identified as a pastor at Heritage. Yeah, so I think it would be great if we had some women pastors one day.
But we only have 4 pastors.
Right, it'll come. Pastoring, this is interesting, you might not know this, but pastors only explicitly mentioned one time in the New Testament. The word elder is used a lot, the word shepherd is used a lot. The same word is sometimes interpreted
Pastor.
shepherd, but only one time in the New Testament is it typically written pastor. And it's in Ephesians 4.
Yeah, pastor is more of an earlier word, right?
Not so much. The reason it's only mentioned, it's mentioned in this passage in Ephesians chapter 4 where it talks about apostles, talks about prophets, talks about evangelists, pastors, and teachers. And it talks about them in terms of gifts, giftings of the Holy Spirit. You ever heard about spiritual gifts and things like that? Yeah. Pastoring, according to Ephesians chapter 4, is a spiritual gift. As best we can tell, spiritual gifts are not gender specific. When you look at Joel, the Old Testament, Joel chapter 2, talks about the day will come when the Lord will pour out His Spirit, and it says He will pour out His Spirit. Well, hey, Dr. Shay, I get the feeling you're not paying attention. You're screwing around in class.
No. Spiritual gifts are not gender-based.
Nice. Yeah.
But physical gifts.
What about Joel chapter 2? I was just getting to that.
I don't know.
Can we get on 315 to get there? Should we go to 71? I think we got to go to 71.
Would physical gifts be gender-based?
Physical gifts?
Yeah, like sports is mainly.
Could be. I'm not sure. I think both men and women can do every sport. I mean, they may do it differently with differing degrees of effectiveness and efficiency. I don't know. But, okay, so Joel chapter 2 says a day will come when the Lord will pour out His Spirit on who? His sons and His daughters. Doesn't seem to be any differentiation there. And then in Acts chapter 2, where that verse is referenced, the Holy Spirit pours out His Spirit, comes for the first time at Pentecost to 3,000 people. And there's no indication at all that those 3,000 people were all men. Right? So we see pretty clear evidence that when the Spirit comes, the Spirit is not that concerned or about gender. And since pastor is listed in that gift, in that verse about gifts, we would presume that either man men or women, could be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. It gets problematic because we've taken the word pastor and we've made it into a role, and we've given it a different definition. And
Maybe that's what I was thinking, like, it's kind of a new, more
that's true.
usually used word.
Yeah, pastor, as we understand it, wasn't even really used that way in the New Testament.
Yeah.
You're exactly right on that. Okay, I don't want to do this.
Next question.
Yeah, so to finish my thought there, we've complicated the role of pastor, or the gift of pastor, by making it also into a role. And in certain theologies, there are authority concerns related to men and women. It's not that men and women aren't different, and so you start making it a lot more complicated when you do that. I'd like to think that we could find our way back to the origins and free up women to operate in their giftings, and particularly if they're gifted in pastor.